I need to tell you guys something that you might not be super excited about. XDefiant will be dead in a month. If you are somebody who has said this online and believes it to be true, then I need you to listen very closely to this video today because I'm going to prove you wrong. XDefiant will not flop, it will not fail, and it will not be dead within the month. And if you want to find out why that is, then give this video a like. My name is Buckeye, and welcome to XDefiant Guides. Okay, let's get to the reasons why somebody might think that this game will fail within the first month of release. There's a few points. Let's get started, with the first one being that the game is being developed by a smaller team of developers. You look at some of their competing games, and pretty much the big one that they're competing with is Call of Duty. The fact of the matter is, Ubisoft San Francisco cannot compete on a sheer person-to-person basis in their size of developers. It's just absolutely not possible. There are way more people who work on Call of Duty than are working on XDefiant. It's just a sheer fact. So with that being said, someone might see that and be like, well, there's not that many people working on the game. They can't get updates out fast. They can't get a lot of content out. So that means the game's gonna fail. Something else they might say is that the fact that the game is free to play has a lot of negative connotations. There's gonna be all kinds of microtransactions. The game's gonna be pay to win, and there's just not going to be a really good way to play it and have a good time. It's going to be Diablo Immortal all over again. You're going to have to pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to be able to enjoy your experience on the game, and it's just not going to be a good time, and all these negative things. They also could say that the fact that the game is competing with Call of Duty, we've got Modern Warfare 3 coming out this fall, it's just going to absolutely kill XDefiant. There's no chance for XDefiant. A brand new release from Call of Duty is a huge takeaway from XDefiant. MW3, it's gonna have all the fixes and all the things that people don't want in MW2. They're gonna fix it for MW3, and no one's gonna want to play XDefiant once MW3 comes out. Obviously, it means the game's gonna fail. And on top of that, it's not launching with enough content. There's not enough game modes, there's only 5, and it's not even that fun. And you know, the game itself is just not that exciting. It's not going to have the wow factor. It doesn't have all the different types of ways to play the game that you can expect from another game. It's just going to fail. And you know what, to top it all off, the game's not launching on Steam, which means it's missing out on the biggest player base that there is for PC gamers. There's no possible way that it can get any players if it's not on Steam. Man, I gotta stop myself. I'm getting a little bit too into this here. Hey, real quick, while we take a break, I want to let you know that I'm going to be live here on the YouTube channel tomorrow night. I'm going to be live here on the YouTube channel and on kick.com/BuckeyePlays. We're going to be talking about all the news and information that we have about XDefiant so far, and hopefully some new things. We're going to discuss it with the community, so if you don't want to miss that, turn on the bell for post notifications. Okay, so I just played the character of somebody who is saying that the game is going to fail and that it's going to lose all of its players in the first month. These are the kinds of things that people are going to say online when addressing XDefiant and why they think it's not going to succeed. But I want to flip the script here and talk about some really good things that have this game set up for success. I think there's some very important topics to discuss, so let's get into them. Ubisoft San Francisco has shown us so far that they are a player-first developer. They have communicated to us in so many different ways. Mark Rubin, of course, being the spearhead of this, where they are talking with us on Twitter, talking with us on Threads, talking with us in any way that they can to get our feedback, to discuss options with us for features, gameplay moments, and just different ways to shape the game. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to observe this, and the game isn't even out. That's the cool thing. It's not even like the game's out and we're talking about future features. The game is in development right now. They used the beta, the open beta session, as a true beta, in a way where they could get feedback from the players and put it into practice. So far, we have seen so many things to show us that they are player first, and it has been exciting to witness and experience, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Now, this next thought is actually very interesting, and I've been talking with some people about it recently, and it's made a lot of sense. XDefiant doesn't even have to have the best launch ever in order to be a success, and this is why. The last time Ubisoft released a shooter in this style of game genre was Rainbow Six Siege. Now, if you guys remember, Rainbow Six Siege did not launch very well. It had a very lackluster first year of players. It was not very popular. It didn't have a lot of players, especially on Steam. It really struggled in its first year. It didn't garner the population that they were hoping for. But what happened is that Ubisoft stuck with the game. They continued to put out more and more content throughout the year, and within a couple of years, Rainbow Six Siege was one of the most popular competitive shooters out on the market and remains to that to this day. This is an incredibly important thing to recognize. The game did not launch very well, and turned into a huge success for Ubisoft. And that is a huge blueprint for what could happen for XDefiant. If the game doesn't launch very well, that's not immediately a bad thing. In fact, I really think that it just further proves the point that the game can continue to become a success. Now, these last couple of points are really big, so check this out. XDefiant does not need to and is not trying to kill Call of Duty. This discussion has happened so much since we've had the opportunity to play XDefiant, and I'm telling you right now, this discussion doesn't need to be had anymore. This game is not trying to kill Call of Duty, and it doesn't need to kill Call of Duty. And here's why. People automatically assume that if a game is coming out and has similar aspects to Call of Duty, that it's going to try and kill it. We have seen this happen with multiple games in the past, and the fact that you don't even know what they're called tells you all you need to know. It didn't work. Anytime a game has come out with the intentions of killing Call of Duty, it hasn't happened, and it never will happen. Call of Duty is too big and has too much of a legacy for that to happen. But on the side of XDefiant, here's the thing. If the developers created XDefiant with the sole purpose of killing Call of Duty, it's never gonna happen, and it's not gonna work. However, we have heard and we have seen that XDefiant is not being developed with that in mind, and that's a good thing, because here's the thing. If XDefiant comes out and it's really good and has a really positive impact on players in the community, that actually only means good things for gaming in general, because competition is a good thing. We have a very strong XDefiant. That means good things for Call of Duty, because they're gonna want to make a better Call of Duty. And if Call of Duty makes itself better, it's only going to make XDefiant want to be better. Do you see how this works? Now let me give you a couple examples of why this is important and how it actually works in the real world. Apex Legends. That game released in 2019, which was just 2 years after Fortnite Battle Royale had released in 2017. And if you guys remember, back when Apex Legends was announced and dropped, the game was hugely popular, and people were thinking, oh my god, is this going to be the game that kills Fortnite? Is it going to be the one that finally takes down Fortnite? Is this going to be the new top dog in Battle Royales? Truthfully, I believe I probably was one of those people at the time. But looking back at it now, where are both of those games at? Fortnite is still absolutely massive. And guess what? So is Apex Legends. Apex Legends is absolutely huge. It is one of the biggest games out on the market right now. Now, why is this important? Apex Legends, within the same genre of Fortnite, was able to carve its own lane, carve its own path in the gaming world, and has developed its own massively large, strong, and passionate community. So why is XDefiant automatically not allowed to do the same thing? Why does it have to kill Call of Duty? It can do exactly what Apex Legends did and just create its own space. Now let's look at another example here. Counter-Strike has been out for a very long time and has pretty much been the top dog in the tactical shooter space ever since it came out. And since 2012, we have had CSGO, which has been an absolutely huge game over the last decade. So what does Riot Games do? Well, they come out with their own game pretty similar to the way that CS plays. Of course, I'm talking about Valorant. Now, when Valorant came out, people were saying the same thing about CSGO that people who were talking about Apex Legends thought about Fortnite. They were saying Valorant's gonna kill CS. CS is gonna fall off. Valorant's gonna take over the top spots, and it's gonna be the new head honcho. Well, let's fast forward to now, and let's look at the fact that Counter-Strike Global Offensive reached its highest peak concurrent player count on Steam this year in 2023, after Valorant had already come out. Now, where's Valorant? It's absolutely huge. It is massive. It has developed its own massively large, strong, and passionate community. Once again, both of these games are able to mutually exist and compete and make each other better. So once again, I asked the question, why can't XDefiant do the same thing? Spoiler alert, it can. That was a rhetorical question. All right, I've talked enough, but my point is XDefiant will not fail. It's not going to die immediately. None of those things are going to happen. It has a lot of good things going for it. Got a lot of negatives, but it's got a lot of really good things and a lot of really great ways that it can succeed. And I really feel like that's what we're going to see happen. All right, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, subscribe for more content. Got a lot coming in the pipeline. But that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.